Hey there. Welcome to Parenting Powerhouse. This is the show dedicated to helping moms navigate the beautiful yet messy journey of motherhood. I'm your host, Tara Trievel, and today we're diving into a topic that's incredibly important for every mom out there: to learn to be emotionally present for our children without feeling the need to fix everything. Listen carefully to that. Fix everything. We are moms. We do it. We can do it all. We can handle so much, and we can raise, maybe several kids at a time, own a business. We can navigate a marriage, a relationship, all of our work relationships, whatever. We can do it all. It doesn't mean we don't suffer sometimes in silence, but we do it all. Yet we still feel the need to fix everything with our kids. So we're going to take a look at that and see how can we really embrace our own emotional regulation. So as mothers, we just often feel this deep sense of responsibility to manage and mend our kids' emotions. Whether they're feeling maybe sad or grumpy or even angry at us, or even overjoyed, overly excited. And that's another one. We can just find ourselves jumping in to make everything right. But today, we're going to challenge that instinct. That's pretty much what it is. We'll explore why it's just essential to acknowledge that we have very little control over anyone, especially our kids, and how this realization can actually liberate us and reduce mom burnout. Have you thought about that? Okay, anything to reduce mom burnout, right? So in this episode, I'll just cover some practical strategies for being with your kids through their emotional ups and downs without rushing to fix things or feeling like you have to rush to fix things. We'll talk about the power of mindfulness, the importance of validating their emotions, and then how creating just a safe space can make all the difference. Plus, I'll introduce you to my program designed specifically for moms, which will really guide you through all of these techniques and more, like much more in depth. And it'll help you foster a healthier, more supportive environment for both you, your children, your kids, anyone in your household. So whether you're feeling overwhelmed or already burnt out, or just looking for some new insights to improve your parenting journey, this episode is definitely for you. So I want you to just kind of sit back, relax, let go of all of your preconceived notions and expectations, and let's just embark on this journey together today. I want to welcome you to Parenting Powerhouse, where we're going to embrace the full spectrum of motherhood, one conversation at a time. So, like I said a little earlier, we do a lot as moms, and we're really good at it. We can also get really tired and feel completely spent. Sometimes it feels like, we just want to bury our heads in the sand. Have you felt like this? Because let me tell you, I have a lot. But since that's just not an option, we keep going, right? Keep going and trying to find ways to calm down and deal with everything, often reaching that point of burnout. Or if we don't completely burn out, we are like in this survival mode way too much. And survival mode or burnout, neither one is a fun place to be. It's really bad for us, of course. It feels horrible. It's bad for our families and for any tasks we need to tackle, anything. And it could be at home, it could be outside the home, work, with our aging parents, with our kids, with our spouse, and just with ourselves. Our family needs us, especially our neurodivergent kids, who really rely on our support and guidance. Everybody does, and everybody always will. But what happens when we're at our limit? Because today was just maybe just too hard. Maybe your boss was putting too much pressure on you, or maybe you were putting too much pressure on yourself. I think we do that an awful lot, maybe way too much. Deadlines, appointments, and everything else can make life feel completely out of control. And then when our kids are having their own emotional struggles, they're pushing back on us, they're getting angry or not doing what we ask. It can just feel like a recipe for disaster. So I know a mom who gets a hotel room for one night once a month to deal with this so that she doesn't burn out. Of course, she still struggles. She's still in survival mode some of the days, but to head off that real burnout, she gets a hotel room once a month. Now, I know this isn't possible for everyone, and you're probably sitting there like, oh my gosh, there's no way I can do this. Let me tell you, if you need it, if you really want it, you're going to find a way. There is some way to do it. Even if you go get that hotel room and just for 6 hours or 8 hours. But whatever you need to make it work, try it. It's really worth a try anyway. If you're able to have the longer time, a whole night, just having that 16 to 20 hours of no responsibility can restore so much within ourselves. Now, when I heard this, I had to try it out for myself, right? Of course. And let me tell you, it was so extremely weird feeling all by myself, checking into a hotel just because there was no purpose to it. Well, I mean, there is a purpose, but not like a vacation or work or something like that. And it was just a weird feeling. But once I got into that room and I closed the door, and then I had to take some time to get over that. What the hell am I going to do now? This is totally weird. It just felt kind of creepy and yucky. But it just became so nice and relaxing. You know why? Because I didn't have anybody to answer to. I didn't have to remind anyone to do anything or pick up after anyone. I didn't have to do any errands. Those last minute errands or things you have to do. I didn't have to cook dinner. Nothing. I didn't have to do anything that I may even have to do in between. And you know what? I was thinking about it. A lot of times I'm doing things for other people up until everybody's already in bed. And then it's I don't have any real time to myself, maybe half an hour in the morning or an hour in the morning. So can you just imagine this? Can you? If you can't, then you definitely have to try it because then you'll know what it's all about. So honestly, if you get this hotel room, or if you get away for a little bit, if you steal some time in the bathroom to yourself, hopefully nobody will come knocking on the door. The first thing really to do is stop and observe your own feelings and thoughts and ask yourself if it's absolutely necessary to deal with whatever situation is right in this moment. So when you're up against something, no matter what it is, you don't have to jump in. So if your kids are knocking on the door and you're trying to take a bath, if nobody's getting hurt or hurting themselves, then you know what? Let it go. As long as they're safe. If, something else seems very emotional and your natural response is to go and help. Oh my gosh, I need to help my daughter. She's feeling so upset, because this person said something mean or whatever. Sometimes we don't have to get involved right away. Let them feel the feeling and let the emotion out. It is actually very healing to cry and let something out without, somebody else interrupting. Because once we come in to that moment, that experience, we've interrupted that. So, like I said, unless someone is in really harm's way, the answer is no, we don't have to get involved. So if we step in every time, like I said, our child has a meltdown or emotional issue, then we're going to stifle their ability to understand and learn from their emotions. It's really okay to step away and let things play out for a bit, then revisit the situation when everyone is calmer. Easier said than done. A lot of what I say, it's easier said than done. And remember, this advice isn't one size fits all. Each family and each situation is unique, so it can't happen all the time. But once in a while, if you're able to do this, it really does benefit everybody. And really, I'm here to provide guidance, not rules. You are a strong, capable mom, and sometimes you just need a reminder of that. And I'm reminding you of that right now. You're a great mom. You're strong. You're capable. You just need reminders and maybe some new techniques. So we know challenging situations will just keep coming up, right? We are moms raising neurodivergent kids. It comes with the territory, but it doesn't have to be so painful or so lonely. There are many of us out there going through really the same thing. And here are a couple of things to think about, really powerful strategies to help. Number one is that human connection. Connecting with other moms who understand what we're going through is really powerful, but it is really hard to find. So when I say human connection, go out there and find a group of moms, that are going through the same thing, that feel the same way. That is so hard. And I don't know why it's so hard, but it is. And finding these groups really we can lift each other up rather than, just vent or complain. That's not what we're looking for. Women are really strong and we're very powerful in numbers, and supportive groups can really make a huge difference for us. So take your time to vet the groups. They could be Facebook groups. They could be local meetup groups, whatever you can find. Just join and linger and feel it. But most of all, really trust your gut. And honestly, leave the group if it isn't right for you, and you'll know that within a week. Don't waste any time. Trust your gut. Number 2, practical mindfulness. So, mindfulness, it is research-based, okay? It works when we do it well, or when we really understand how we need to be mindful. And you know what? To be honest with you, the first thing I would ask you is to define mindful for you. What does it mean to be mindful? Every single person should have a different definition because every single person is living a different life and experience. So using mindfulness, really what I like to concentrate on is techniques in the moment. Being present is really powerful. And often we just get caught up in thinking about consequences or what we should have done differently. Focus on the present moment. One strategy I love is just practicing gratitude. Be thankful for everything you see around you. You might say something like, and this is when you really need to be sidetracked from, a unsettling or an unpleasant feeling or emotion. Be present in the moment, be grateful, and say maybe, I'm grateful for my coffee. I'm grateful for my computer. I'm grateful for my hands. I'm grateful for the trees I see. I'm grateful for the sun. Whatever you can see in front of you, say thank you for or I'm grateful for. Gratitude can shift your mindset from negative to positive instantly. Why? Because how can something that you're thankful for or grateful for be a negative thing? There's no possible way. So you've just shifted your mindset that easily. At least for a moment. Hey, it's better than staying in that negative mindset, right? And I want to remember that emotions are really big for us, but they're even bigger for our neurodivergent kids. Their brains just aren't developing at the same pace as their peers. So, for example, a 14-year-old neurodivergent teen might have the social emotional understanding of a 10-year-old. This perspective can help us meet our children where they are. Again, another mindful technique. And you need to remember this process takes time. It's not going to change overnight, but that's okay. We want these strategies to make sense and really work for us, creating better connections and a more enjoyable parenting journey, right? Should be enjoyable. Life should be fun. If we're not having fun, then we don't feel good. And, what's going to happen next, if we're not having fun? So your authentic self is really in there, believe me, and she's ready to come out. I believe you can do it. So before we wrap up, I am really thrilled to introduce you to my brand new course designed specifically for moms like us. This course is packed with just practical strategies, mindfulness techniques, and a supportive group of moms to help you manage mom burnout and connect more deeply with other dedicated parents in the program. Just imagine feeling more in control, more present, and more at peace in your daily life. So if you're ready to transform your parenting journey and find just more joy amidst this chaos that you can sometimes find, then this course just may be for you. Visit parentingpowerhouse.com and fill out the form to speak with me to see, is this program a fit for you? It's worth it. So what do you have to lose? You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. This is what Wayne Gretzky said. So if you don't take the shot, you're going to miss it. How do you know? So I just want to thank you so much for joining me today on Parenting Powerhouse Podcast. Until next time, take care of yourself and enjoy the beautiful, messy moments of motherhood. I love you all, and I can't wait to see you or hear you on the next episode.